Welcome to the Sleepy C and Big D Show.
Hello, welcome to a new edition of the Sleepy C and Big D Show. Well, we are without Fact Checker Rosa.
It's weirdly silent. I feel like this may be our quietest show ever since podcast number 1, since episode 1.
True. Yeah, because we don't have any guests with us, or not guests, but
our side audience.
Yeah, there you go. Our side piece.
Yeah, and not only again are they our side audience / piece, as you said. I'm not really sure how that works. My wife, if she's heard me call her a side piece, I think I'd be in trouble.
Not her.
That's not appropriate.
Yeah, no, she's Fact Checker Rosa.
Estrella's our side piece.
Yeah, and then we had the new one last time.
Yeah, Esther could not make it yesterday, although the sneaky bitch, she showed up today. She was home. I mean, well, not home. Like she came to the ceremony, the Veterans Flag ceremony.
No.
So she was there, and I was just like, well, nice of you to show back up. I guess she just got back into town today, so she had my goddaughter, and it was actually really awesome. We had a good after we did the ceremony,
right.
And the kids remained all pretty well contained, impressively. I mean, we had all of them.
Did you bribe them?
No, I had to take Ezekiel. We went on a little sidewalk, and we investigated the barbecue, and he was asking me, what's it for, and so I had to explain. You put fire underneath and food on top, and he said, fire food. I was just like, yeah, you cook it with that. And he's all, cook it. Like, really, you could see him, like, really plotting, like thinking
hungry.
this through. He's just like, where's this fire food
right.
at? Yeah, so I was just like, all right, and like, we'll just hang out over here. So we kind of just did some walking about, and then
cookie hunting.
I wanted to, but because he started to kind of make a ruckus right at the opportune moment, like, he didn't see us at first. When we got there, the ceremony had just started.
Oh.
We made it, like, just in time. But they were doing, like, the national anthem,
right.
And then they did the... What's
all
the
that
other
stuff.
one? Yeah, the other one. The other patriotic thing.
Pledge.
The Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you.
The other patriotic thing?
Yes. Before they announced all of the different members, whether they were active or veteran.
Got it.
It was actually really cool, especially because, again, obviously, it's cool that, my father-in-law was there, and he was being commemorated. Is that the appropriate word?
Yeah.
I think so, right?
Yep.
He had his flag put up and his face, from when he was young and enrolled in the service. So it was just like, it was just real, I don't know, it was cool. You could see him, you know what I mean? Like, just in the picture, though, it's so funny. We always usually give him a little bit of hell, like we all razzle him. Not that I'm fucking tall or anything at all, but everybody else is like, talking about how short he is.
Yeah.
He's a little guy, And so it's just so funny because even in the picture, he looks real tall, and he'll tell you that too. Like, or at least he has told us. He's like, oh, I used to be taller, when I was younger, but you start getting
now
older,
I shrank, right?
Yeah, and I'm just like, well, great. I'm already short.
So what do I have to look for?
So, yeah, when my great grandmother passed, God, I can't speak right now.
No.
Usually I haven't had this many Modelo's prior to...
That could be it, too.
Yeah, I usually work my way into it while we're in session, but not tonight.
No.
Nope. I had all this time available.
So since Fact Checker Rosa's not here, it is a lot quieter, other than the clicking of your pen that we've all just recently heard.
Yeah, I did that like 3 times. You heard it?
Yeah, I wasn't going to let it go without you hearing it. So.
Sorry, real inappropriate.
We won't have any phone ringing or any chimes of any sort because of that.
But we will have pen clicking.
Some pen clicking may squeak through.
I've got a problem, I'm sorry. It's part of the anxiety. You should see, oh my goodness. I think we already probably talked about it, but gosh, okay, so yeah, I'm almost positive we must have talked about it, but I'm just gonna bring it back up because I have to. I can't help it. But okay, so God, I really should have done my homework and just fucking listened to all the old episodes so that we could touch back on everything. Yeah. But it's all right. There's still time for that.
Right.
Anywho, so one thing that I always thought that was real crazy. It's just, okay, so everybody comes from different backgrounds, okay? Everybody's household is different. Everybody's raised a little bit different. We're all a little bit fucked up. That's the bottom line. Ultimately, nothing matters. It's not a big deal.
All pick your nose.
Yeah, everybody's got some weird shit, okay? Some people, usually white people, but sometimes there's a little bit more than, surface level weirdness. And that's, That's to be discovered in therapy, and
Neither here nor there.
Yes, that's not the topic at hand. My point is that every year for like Mother's Day and Father's Day, and again, this is everybody grows up differently, okay? And my parents were divorced from a young age, so I was a young age. Well, I mean they were young also, but anywho,
we get it.
Yes, so but on those days, Mother's Days and Father's Days, you would think that those would be delegated to be spent with the parent party necessary. On Mother's Day, we would spend it with mothers. No, not in my house. In my house, it was like that was like the day that they got. Get the fuck out of the house. Like, my dad would give us $20 or something in the morning and just be like, just fucking leave. Just go. Just don't come back till the lights come on. Be back when the fucking lights come on, but don't come back before then. And that was the rule. That was pretty much it. And then my mom, I feel like those were just weekends assigned to my dad.
Right.
Like when it fell on that weekend, it was just like, well, you got the kids this weekend. I need my time. And so when I moved in with Rosa and started becoming more involved, I mean, I love kids, so I'm already more involved anyways. Like, I love hanging out with the kids. I like doing stuff with it. Like, I like taking them to Monster Jam and shit like that, like sporting events, anything really that I can include the kids on. And that's what sucks. Like, all of the siblings, all the parents, like, they're all parents typically, or not typically, but for the most part. And they're all just like, no, like, we got to get rid of these fucking kids. So let's go do something. But, and I'm just like, no, I'm always the one that's just like, we could all go to a Giants game, you guys. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, and we'll bring the kids. And they're just like, what the fuck? No. Yeah. And so I'm just like, what? I totally, I want to do that. So one of the times there ended up being, I think it was a Giants game, and I was trying to give PETA, basically in my mind, I was like, she needs a day off. She's a mother. Mother's Day is here. We're going to, I was like, I'll take the kids. Right. And she literally, it was, again, a mind-opening experience for me, because she responded almost without any hesitation. She was just like, well, no, that's Mother's Day. And I was just like, well, right, I'll take the kids and we'll get out of here. We'll go make a day out of it. And that way you guys can relax. You guys can go on a date, or, her and her man. And I was just like, I'm thinking I've got it all fucking figured out. I'm ready. I'm so glad I didn't buy the tickets pre-cocked. I don't know how else to term that, because literally I usually will shoot from the hip like that and just be like, oh, I got 15 fucking tickets for the Disney on Ice. Not really, because they're expensive. Yeah. But I got, I got 6 tickets and I'm taking them. It's on this day, so hopefully that works. But thank goodness I did not do that, because she was just like, well, no, I want my son around. Like, she was like, he's why I'm a mother. And I was just like, ew, what? Like,
Ooh.
Yeah, I was just like,
Gross.
What are you talking about? What? Like, I don't understand, because again, in my house, it was just like, no. Today is the one day. Every other day is your day. I feel like this is almost like probably a quote from my mother.
The lack of.
Yeah, it was just like, every other day is your day. Today is my day. So get out of here. Go go hang out, play all day. They were fine. It doesn't matter. You could go fucking burn down the field across the street. But do not come back to this house before the end of the day is up. But I don't know. Again, just things that you don't know until you know, like things that don't make sense until you meet other people and they're like, that's not right. No, that's not how families do things. Yours is just weird. I'm just like, well, fuck you.
You don't put yourself in a suitcase and ship yourself someplace? That's not how it works?
No, I guess not. I guess apparently everybody else missed the memo to do so, or I missed the memo to not. So here we are. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
How did we even come about that? I know it was a sidetrack situation.
It's the mind of Sleepy C.
Yeah, it's just what I do. I don't know. I apologize, everybody. On another means of apologies.
This is an apologetic segment.
Did we even talk about, I know that we talked about the fact that Estrella and Rosa are not here.
Right.
But did we discuss the fact that Rosa is fucking sick again?
No, we were getting to that, and then you have to tell the story. Best decision you ever made was getting health insurance.
Thank God. Oh my goodness. It's like, that's the shittiest part though, is it's like we have the health insurance, definitely, but do we go every time she gets sick? Because that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's all the time.
I mean, is it...
And then I'm sick, so I'm not currently, I don't think... I am a little stuffed up, but, you know, we discussed earlier that could either just be drugs or it could be the full filter of pollen that I got fucking dusted with on the way over here for the podcast session.
Yeah, how can anyone with allergies not have it on recirculate the time?
I just fucked up, okay? To be honest, what's even worse, too, is I had both windows down. I just had the incoming air. I didn't even have AC on.
Oh.
Because I'm really not needant on AC. I mean, the Honda doesn't even have AC right now. The compressor is fucked up. But the truck blows cold, no problem. I mean, ice cold. Fucking too cold. But I just am one of those people that just doesn't use it unless I'm fucking hot. Or if there's somebody else in the vehicle.
Right.
Because that's just rude.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I can subject myself to sweating to death, and it's, again, not to death, because to be honest, I don't mind
cold
the heat.
anyways.
Yeah, I like the warmth. I don't mind that at all. Rosa, on the other hand, burns like 15 degrees hotter. So, it's pretty much...
Probably because she always has a fever.
That's probably it. I know. This morning, she was like just emitting heat. Is that right?
Yeah.
Emanating. Is that right? No.
Emitting,
right? That's the right word.
Mm-hmm. Radiating.
Radiating. That's it.
There
it is. Thank you. Thank you for being my thesaurus and dictionary. I'm not sure.
No, dictionary's not.
It's thesaurus,
dictionary is what the word means.
Yeah.
Thesaurus is just different words for the same meaning.
Yes, thank you. Perfect.
Love the English language.
Like a synonym. Synonym.
There it is.
Damn it. All right, well, now that we've got that covered. So, yes, Rosa's out sick. Again, I will probably be tainted soon with this plague. I mean, no doubt. And then, of course, you know, it's going to get passed around the house. It'll come back around, and Rosa will have it again by the end of the month.
There it is.
So, the end of next month. Well, who knows? Maybe the end of this month. She'll kick it by, like, tomorrow, and then still magically get sick again.
Tomorrow she'll start feeling better. You'll start feeling worse. And then by the end of the week, next week...
Oh, my God.
It'll be back. It's a never-ending vicious cycle.
Okay, it's okay. I just mentally prepared myself for it, so we're fine.
Right. Everything's fine. Let's just start getting the Dayquil and NyQuil.
You know what? You know what really helped me build up that mental strength is not being with my mother and father on Mother's and Father's Day. So turns out, jokes on everybody else.
Right. Well, you did have a road trip, didn't you?
A road trip? Oh, just recently?
Yeah.
Yes, we went to my dad's.
Uh-huh.
That was wild. And for the record, not the dad that told me that here's $20 and get out of the house all day. Not that, and again, my parents loved us. Oh, that's why I brought that up. The anxiety. I remember now because when I explained that situation to Rosa's sister, Peta, and like I was like, my mom's not a bad mom. Like I meant it. You know, I mean all these things. It's just like the way that some people hear, the way people perceive things is a completely different thing than what you're even saying. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like I say something so simple
your
like
mom
that.
Hated you, or she didn't want you in her sight.
Right, and that's what she hears. She's just like, oh my God, what kind of mother doesn't want their children around? Not the case at all. If you raised my sister, then you would know that's not the case at all. You just need a fucking break. Get the fuck out of here for a little while.
If you're an only child, you'd have a normal Mother's Day, but since you're not...
It's just like, Jesus Christ. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe it's just like at a certain age. Like, I feel like, because I feel like maybe my memory is really shit before like 8, 9 years old. Mm-hmm. Like, in fact, 90% of my memories are from like 8 to 9, and then that's my childhood. That's my whole childhood summed up but into 2 years because I fucking don't have a recollection of anything else. You know what I mean? That's probably some psychological problem, but that's neither here nor there.
we're not paying for that. That's too expensive.
Like I said, we're all a little bit fucked up, right? So, anywho, But that all came around Robin to basically me saying that, like, my anxieties that I get, and I started like getting like as I'm describing the situation, like I started getting real tense and shit.
Now I see you trying to crack your knuckles
and like a sweatiness,
massaging your hands,
yes,
like a little,
yes. And I just like my knuckles won't crack anymore. Like I've already popped them, but the anxiety is just like do something. You're
right.
uncomfortable,
and you don't bite your nails anymore, so you can't do that.
Right. So I'm just like, what the fuck do I do? Do I just start like ripping out my hair, or I don't know? Like seriously, like what's the next step? Because I could claw somebody.
You're not a hair twirler.
No,
so that doesn't work for you. So.
Or a hair chewer. Or, oh my God, because that's a thing. That's a thing too.
That's a thing. You chewing hair.
Well, I don't know about it like chewing, but I know like some people I've noticed will like suck on their hair or a necklace. Mm-hmm. We just watched an episode of Bob's Burgers. I know it's cartoony, so it's not realistic, obviously. But this chick on there, you just want to strangle her. She's like the most annoying person. But she just sucks on her fucking necklace all day long. Just
like like the candy necklace thing.
Yeah, but it's not fucking candy. It's a real necklace. It's like a gold chain locket, and she just got the whole locket submerged in her mouth, just drooling on it, and like the drool runs down the necklace. It just everyone does their thing. We had the coworker that used to always rub her hair. Totally.
Yeah,
and then we had belt loop boy. Yeah. Some people, again, everyone's got their weird quirks. Like I said, I get. Right now, I'm a little bit sweaty in the pits. I get a little bit nervous talking about my parents, like they're gonna come tell me something about it. Like, how dare you tell them the truth? How dare you give real life scenarios?
Now, this isn't the one that gave you the whole spiel, right?
No.
Okay,
that was a stepdad.
Okay.
And so funny.
Who you went to visit, I should say.
No. I went to visit my biological father. Okay. If we're gonna put like real fancy terminology on it.
And your brother.
And my I got to see both my brothers and my sister. So my whole family was there because normally my younger but the oldest of the two brothers lives up in Salem, Oregon.
Okay.
Nobody stalked my brother. I'll hurt a motherfucker. Just because I made a very specific reference to where he lives now.
Because he's probably the only one that lives in Salem, Oregon.
Yeah, and I guess it wouldn't matter anyways. Our last names aren't the same, and, but we do look alike. All of my dad's kids, we all got the same fucking face. We all got these high cheekbones that leave indents if you're wearing your glasses or your sunglasses. We all got this fucking... Like 90% of the time, I have this line in the fucking center of my eyebrows, and it's not unibrow, people. No, it's like just the formation of my forehead now.
Because you're always...
Yeah, I'm like always like in a mug look, but not like mug.
Maybe
you know
you're
what I
just
mean?
always concentrating.
Yes, or I'm always constipated. It's a possibility. That's not true, though. I shit regularly. We know that's not factual.
All right. Well, a little Botox will fix that.
Botox?
Yeah.
Really?
Isn't that what... Yeah, Botox is for the lines, isn't it?
Oh, I thought you were talking about my regularity of shitting.
No.
I was like, that's...
No, just your typical cheese...
Yeah, my cheese and egg diet that I've been on fucking lately. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm starving. I'll have a fucking hard-boiled egg and then a string cheese.
How about
just so I can wreck people's lives later.
That's a ghetto omelet.
A ghetto omelet. It basically is, essentially. My goodness, wash it down with a beer. I'm just a fucking wreck when I get home.
Hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah. I'm just...
Maybe that's why Rose is always sick.
I ruin people's lives at home. It's real rough. Usually I try to dust that off outside, but the dogs, I feel bad for them. I'm just like, and then I'm like, nope, the dogs are out here tearing it up. Ugh. That is powerful. Don't anybody come out here in the garage. Where were we prior to me talking about my...
You were going to do your field trip to your dad's house?
Yes.
Your brothers, don't stalk him?
So don't stalk my brother. I can't wait to go see him up there actually soon, hopefully, but we'll see. There's a lot of, ups and downs to work out. He's got to have the availability. To be honest...
You've got quite the schedule anyways. It's hard enough just to get you for 30 minutes to do this.
I know. That's what I'm saying, is it's just like...
How can someone so old be so busy?
I just, you know what it is I like visiting all the family, and they're fucking all over the
That's
place.
the problem with the Latino. You have so much damn family.
Right. So not only do I have so much, but they spread out. Like most Hispanic families, I feel like they're like, well, let's keep kind of close.
Yeah, they all live in one house.
And usually that's actually really common amongst the Hispanics and the Asians.
Yes, that's a
Super
money
common.
thing for the Asians.
Is that how they stack? That's how they powerhouse it, huh?
That's it.
Sons of bitches. Mm-hmm. We just send all the money back to Mexico, so that's, I think, the problem. Anyways, so the problem though is that all my family is at least they're all in the state though. I can be happy for that.
Oregon.
Except for my brother, who he made a special guest appearance this weekend, and he gave me a Pokeball so I could play more efficiently with my Pokemon Go, not only on the cellular device but also on the Switch. I didn't realize it was for both of them. So
I've only known it for the Switch, so I was surprised that it works for the phone.
Oh yeah, I had no idea until just recently, which makes sense because in the settings section when we always go to hook up to the Switch to make the Meltan box trade, there's a box right there that says Pokeball or whatever, Nintendo Pokeball or something. So yeah, now that I figured that shit out, makes it a lot easier now that I'm running dual phoneage. So that way I can just use that Pokeball for mine, and then with Rosa's account, I just play on the phone physically. So it's, it's a win-win all around. And my brother just happened to have an extra one, so it really worked out.
Is he a big Pokemoner also?
Oh, yes. Yeah, so we became friends finally. We should have done it the last time we saw each other, but it didn't happen then. We usually get so sidetracked just talking and catching up, It's so crazy. My brother is like the male version of me.
Oh God.
Yeah, but I feel like he's a lot more calm. Not necessarily calm as far as
more stable.
He has probably the same amount of anxiety as I do. Like we act the same as far as that sense goes. But I think he's like a calmer human being than I am. Oh. Like I get real amped up about shit. You've seen me just talking about food. I can get real fucking crazy.
We've heard you.
Yeah.
So volume levels have jumped.
Yes. I mean, whole octaves. I'm just in a whole new screeching. Mm-hmm. So anyways, but we're like, and I think a lot of it has to do with our age. I'm almost positive he's only 9 months younger than me. Otherwise, he's, 16 months or something younger than me? If he was born the following year?
Yeah.
Anywho, point being is that we grew up in the same time, almost the exact same time frame. While my younger siblings did... Also, they followed right behind us, so it's not like they don't know, but it's just a slightly different,
it's still not the same yearage.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're just relatable things. Like Coheed, and again, we had never met, when I first met him, we had never met before, obviously, when we first met him. Yeah. Duh. Stupid. Anyways, but he was into all the same shit I was. We like all the same stuff, and we always have. It's just hell of crazy. And then it's funny, too, because Rosa was just like, oh, my God, this weekend. We couldn't figure out what we were going to do. He was only here until... he was only here for, a 3-day span. It was and it was really 2.5 days, ultimately. But the first night that we went out there, we left late. Typical.
Right.
So we made it out there late. And
were you even born on time? Or were you late for that, too?
I was probably late. Knowing me, that's probably why. To be honest, that's probably the root of it all. Yeah. I probably was born late, and that just fucked up everything.
Well, I'll ask your mom.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Oh my God, I hope we can get that situated and make her available for that.
Right.
That next, not next podcast, but the dates that she's available for. Yeah.
So that's something that we're working on, trying to get Sleepy C's mom on the air. I know we're still working on the sister thing, but
yes, we almost could have had something today, but it's actually her baby daddy's birthday, so she had to get back to get the kids so he could, I guess have a night about town.
So now is this like Father's Day where he gets the kids or he doesn't get the kids?
It's like a mixture. He had them in the daytime because, of course, I guess he wanted to see the kids during the day. Uh-huh. Again, weird things that I don't comprehend. Right. But it's cool. It's fine. And then in the latter half of the day, he was to be freed of his responsibilities.
Child duties.
Yeah, so that he could head to the bar or head to the boys' house, homies, right. Yeah, whatever the fucking game plan was after that point.
Okay.
But he was going to do some birthday celebratoriness.
Got it. Celebratoriness. That's an excellent word.
I thought it sounded cooler than celebration.
Yeah.
So I kind of just went with it.
I like it.
Oh,
No,
did I cut you off?
no, we
I
were
thought
just
you were-
talking about that we're working on that, and we still trying to get your sister on and things like that.
So talking about moms,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's been a hot topic for the evening. So talking about moms, and we met up with Rosa there, and we watched the rest of the Sharks game. Then from there, we took
Which we won't be talking about.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Sharks at all right now.
So topics off the table: Sharks,
For the record,
Game of Thrones.
I am still a fan, as always. I mean, to be honest, the Raiders really made me the best fan there could be because you always stay faithful, and that's just that. So it's not like I'm gonna, bail out. I feel like there's a lot of bandwagon fans that'll be like, "Oh my God, they
They've just
lost
been
again."
bubble wrapped and put on the shelf for next year.
But yeah, so we're just done with the season. The hockey season's over for this year, and we're on to continue on the support of our Bay Area baseball, and then soon to be into the next football and hockey season again. So I mean,
Right.
Again,
Game of Thrones is no
Game of
longer
Thrones
talked
we don't want
about.
to fucking talk about. You know what? Real quick, I do want to say something before we go back to the mothers. Let's real quick. I just want to say, first off, what the fuck? I was very upset with the way that the situation went throughout the entire course of the only 6 episodes. First, they were fucking crammed together.
Well, hour
we
and a
should've got more
half.
than
So technically, it was
no,
10
not
episodes
even. Not
if you
even.
count them out.
Not even if you count them out. The first episode was only like 50 minutes. The
The
second
first two,
episode
right.
was like a 108 or not 108. I mean, what is it?
Right, but
78
the final
or whatever.
4 were an hour and a half, I believe.
You're pushing for the half, but I mean, it was like 115. I think the
Yeah.
longest episode was like 136.
Which made no sense. I don't understand why they couldn't just done 10 episodes.
Right,
But,
whatever.
instead of just making them longer. But,
right, barely.
yeah.
So, anyways, that being said, what the fuck? Like, I get it. I know that they didn't have a book to go off of, but Jesus, I mean,
Well, you had 2 years, between...
yeah, you built this up. So let me just real quick touch on the fact that there's been an online petition going about for them to do a rewrite of the season, basically.
Over 550,000 last I saw.
Yeah. So, and people are fucking down for it, all right? They're signing up. They're petitioning. And Sansa's character, or the actress that plays the character Sansa, she fucking wrote a statement in response. She was just like talking about how it's disrespectful to the writers and to the crew and this and that they slaved over, like, I mean, I don't, for the record, I don't think she said slaved. I don't think she said
$1.5
slaved.
million per episode.
Exactly. I was just like, oh my fucking God, you guys are being paid out the ass for this shit, first of all. Second
is
of
the
all,
crap you
this
give
is what
me?
you gave us? Now, if you went and genuinely asked the whole cast, do you think that was a good season? Compared to looking back at all the other seasons and how things fucking played out, if you were a fan, would you have been happy with that? Because I feel like they wouldn't. I mean, fuck.
Well, we're going to save that for the next episode, and that way everyone that hasn't seen it should have seen it, and then we're just going to blow
That's why
up
I've been
the
trying
entire
to.
thing.
I've
Yeah,
been
so
trying to
we'll-
not say like everything
Yeah.
because I know it's still spoilers. Some people still haven't seen it.
Exactly. So we'll give it
But-
one more week, and then we'll cut loose on it because we can go on that topic for hours.
And by the way, side note, Estrella is finally on to Game of Thrones. She said she's into season 2 now.
She she mentioned to me this morning that she just saw the Dragons Born.
Oh my God,
It's
that's
so
when they were
cute.
so
I know,
precious. Oh
right?
my goodness, son preciosos.
Oh,
Oh, che. So yeah, oh my goodness, that means there's so many things still happening. She has no idea.
She
Holy
doesn't.
fuck, you guys! I told her too. I was like, anytime you want to just watch a single episode over at our house, just fucking let us know. We'll get it set up. Like I'm
Oh, yeah.
always down to rewatch.
I believe my wife's gone through the series 3 times now.
Where does she find the time?
Well, she sits.
She barely. That's what it is. She doesn't listen to our podcast,
Right.
so that's how she finds all this fucking time.
Yeah. So, when you're working at a desk or chained to a desk for 8 hours, 10 hours a day, all you have is the TV in front of you. So.
And the precious boys.
The baby.
Oh my goodness! And then Belly.
You're right.
Oh my gosh! For those of you that can't see right now, I'm petting my own face, which doesn't make any sense because it's not as precious as a dog's. But the spot between their nose and their top lip
is your favorite.
Oh my god!
What is that even called?
I don't even know.
Their mustache.
The piercing right there would be called a Medusa. The piercing in between the nose and the upper lip.
Makes no sense. Why Medusa?
I'm not really sure.
That would be a hair thing, I would think.
I don't know. Could you imagine? Like, I know, I told you guys I've been banging out this mustache that's coming in nicely, but could you imagine having to work around a fucking piercing in between there?
Yeah.
Like, I had my septum pierced, and that sounds probably like something disturbing, but it's the center, it's the bull ring nostril piercing. So, it's not something, again, I don't know. Anytime I hear the word septum, it sounds like really doctory. Yeah. Like in the last episode where we talked about my stepdad. I was going to say.
I thought we were talking about the prison pocket.
Prison pocket. We talked about my stepdad telling me about
the
sex
facts
ed.
of life, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it was like very doctoral. But so septum gives me that doctoral vibe.
True.
I think I just made up. That's not a word, is it?
It sounds real.
It sounds nice, like.
Doctoral
but
sounds
I feel like.
Well, Rose is not here, so we're going to call it
official.
We'll never know.
Yeah,
we're going to bring that one in.
We're going to stamp that with a yes, approved.
Yeah.
But I did have that pierced, and my goodness, dealing with the nostril hairs and the boogers in this area, fucking difficult, dude. And it really freaks me out because for those of you that don't know, I used to do body piercings. I used to perform them. That sounds weird. I used to do body piercings. Sounds weird. But I used to perform body piercings on paying customers. And
non-paying customers.
And sometimes not. In the beginning, I did have to get a bunch of guinea pigs, basically people that would let me poke them with a needle, and that way I could check it off of my fucking checklist of needle or piercings to learn.
Right.
So, anyways, but while the piercing is healing,
I figure the nose or tongue has got to be the worst,
dude. Okay, so upon first actual action of it. It's a trigger for your water ducts, your fucking eyes.
Oh, obviously,
I started tearing up like it's nobody's business. And typically, doing just regular nostril piercings on the outside, when you pierce that one side versus the other, typically that same eye will leak.
Okay.
It's fucking science. I don't know. But it's just what happens. It's a bodily response. So when you do the center piercing, it fucking floods both your eyes. Just a whole thing. Yeah. Like, I wasn't crying, but damn, it looked like I was crying.
Right.
So anyways, healing process, although, by the way, I never had my tongue pierced, but I did hear, because you mentioned it.
Yeah.
I have heard that it really doesn't hurt. It just feels like a lot of pressure.
Well, not the hurt-wise, but, healing. You're constantly...
The tongue heals the fastest. Surprisingly, I know everyone gets worried because of the food factor.
Right.
If you're chewing on things, to be honest, it's an actual. I usually would give out really strict, list of procedures as far as what you need to do for care. But typically, because the tongue, your mouth is constantly healing. That's how when your teeth fall out and shit or whatever, or you have them pulled out, your mouth heals fairly quickly. So that's not the case that I was leaning towards, but. What it is like ear piercings, all ear piercings, stretched a little bit on accident or pulled or whatever to where it makes a micro tear.
You have to restart the entire thing, right?
Well, it's basically like a whole new piercing. Your body is reacting to it as it's like, oh shit, there's, we need to fucking heal this area. So it'll go through this process where it secretes like a body juice. It's gross. It's not pus. But it's
body juice.
It's body juice. Your body's producing this shit to fucking take care of it, and it's your body's healing power. Okay.
Right.
So what would bother me with that piercing is that I would usually have to flip it up for work, and your nose, because there's moisture in there. That's why the tongue heals so quickly. Is the moisture,
right?
So that your nose has that moisture in there too. So same thing. It's just if I would. Tear it, pushing it up into my nose, then it would heal in that position, pull it back down, then it rips it again. So, and then the grossest part about it is that it smells a little bit. That body juice, whatever the fuck. But now they actually utilize that. So when you get a tattoo, they put a layer of basically saran wrap on your fucking arm. That's where my imaginary idea reference is. But they'll put it over your tattoo, and they have you keep it there. And it's a sticky, too. It sticks to the fucking skin. So it's like a snake skin, and you wear it for 3 days. If you can wear it for a day longer, then do it, but that's about it.
Right.
And it actually utilizes that plasma that your body pushes out. I think that's the word I was looking for the whole time. But it actually utilizes that, and that helps the healing process. It fucking makes it to where you don't have itchy scab. You're not scabbing the same way. You don't itch the same way. But boy, let me tell you, it's a real bitch to peel off. It really feels like snakeskin, like it's like tingly coming off. Anyways, I don't know how we fucking even got to this point.
We're forever teaching.
I have had more Modelo's than I usually have.
Well, that's got nothing to do with it.
It's just because I'm so tangent-y.
We just make sure that, everyone is aware. And
yeah, so now you guys know about nostril piercings and
tattoos,
plasma,
snakeskin covers.
It smells a little bit. That's why I had to remove my septum piercing, is that the smell would drive me fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like my ears, I have stretched ears, and they smell from time to time. Everybody who has stretched ears knows the smell. It is what it is. It's like after a long day, you have fucking sweat in your ears.
Yeah.
So that smell, but imagine that in your fucking nostrils all the time.
Yeah.
That's why I had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, dude. It was like I wanted it. I wanted it so bad. It looked cool. I liked it. I have an old ID. Oh, I don't know if I have it anymore. I think I gave it to my mom. She likes weird shit like that, like keeping my old IDs. I don't know.
This is me when I was younger.
Yeah, look this is my daughter when she was younger.
Oh no, I thought she was using it.
No, she uses mine, and she's just like,
that's what
she
I'm
doesn't.
saying.
No, she doesn't use it. She just likes to have it.
How do we know she's not using it?
Well, I guess she could be, but I don't think we look that much alike. Especially that ID that I had, I was like dark as fuck. Straight up, that's probably the darkest I was in my whole life. It was like late
summertime or something.
Yeah, and it was like right after softball season in like junior or senior year. So I was like just dark as night. Like it was pretty good. You would be surprised because I'm not that dark now.
No.
But and even when I was young, to be honest, when I was young too, like I was always like the darkest kid.
Because you were always outside.
Yeah, that's true. Damn, that's so true. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
That's
but
what
now
the kids don't do anymore.
Now I wear long sleeves all the time to keep myself clean.
And you're always cold.
And I'm freezing, yeah. Yeah. Because like, I used to fucking bruise like a peach, too. I still bruise pretty easily, but not as badly as I used to. It was like I was like crackhead status. Not like I was a crackhead, but like I would bruise like one.
Yeah, cokehead, maybe.
Yeah.
Crackhead, no.
That's just for reference, people.
Right. Whew. And maybe that's why your septum is all distorted.
Oh, because it's like its own passage
Isn't that,
through there.
Isn't that what happens?
I've probably just been wasting all this cocaine. I'm just thinking that I'm getting it in there, but it's actually going through my septum piercing hole and just going right back out the other nostril.
There it is.
Fuck. What a waste.
That money down the drain.
God
literally.
damn it. Literally. Damn it. I'm just fucking snow blowing
right.
it, basically. It's just fucking like one of those fake snow makers or whatever.
Pulling it off one side right to the other.
Yeah, just dusting people.
Until your family has an intervention for you. She's talking an awful lot of coke.
People are walking by. Yeah, she goes through so much cocaine, but you know what? She's like fine. She acts like a normal person. It's because I have no side effects. Like it's not even hitting me.
Because it's not going through.
Yeah, but they're like, she spends every last dollar on the cocaine. I don't understand. And she's
a terrible junkie.
She must be buying it for somebody else. Like the fuck.
That's why Rosa's always sick.
Yeah, that's what it is. Is that she's coked up? That's what it is. She's not even sick. Her nostrils are just blocked by cocaine. So
all the burn.
Now that I've said cocaine like 15 times,
right?
Rosa timed me. Well, she tried to time me the other day. Well, not tried to. She was like, "Oh, I'll time you," and then I was like, "Oh, I don't know." I got nervous. I was like, "This beer is super cold." It was a tall can. I was like, "This beer is super cold, so I don't know." And then she was like, "It's okay, don't worry, you don't have to do it." And as she's telling me this, she's still fucking opening up her timer and shit. I was just like, huh. I was like, well, maybe I could do it. Yeah, I could probably do it. I was like, give me a second. And so like I had to like get like ready. Prepared, yeah. And so I apologize. While my phone is on silent, it's not on vibrate. Yeah. Sorry. Anywho, so she timed me, and it took me, I think it was 53 seconds to down almost the entire thing. Like I left
a tall can.
Yeah.
Which is,
and that's with
how many ounces?
Spaces of breath in between, because like I chugged like half of it, and my fucking front teeth were frozen. Like, they hurt so badly. I could feel it through all my teeth.
Right.
So I had to like pause and like fucking deep breathe. I was like, terrible. Forgot where I was headed with that.
Then the Modelo kicked in.
Yeah. Oh, so I was being timed. Speaking of the Modelo, that's what brought it back. Thank you. That's with a little bit of a breath taken in between that, and then I did another chug, and that was probably only like another. Let's say I made it 50% the first time, so then an additional 30%, and then I drank 15% more probably. And that was the time gap of 53 seconds. I was like, that's close enough. Because I was just at capacity of fullness. I was so full so quickly.
Well, yeah, and again, it was how many ounces?
A tall can?
28-ish? More?
I think
24?
so. Maybe it's 32. It might be 32. No, I think you're right. It's 24. Yeah, it's just like 2 beers stacked on top of each other.
Okay.
And a can of beer is 12 ounces. So.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that sounds right. 24, maybe 28 at the most, but I doubt it.
So 2 beers in a minute,
basically 2 beers in a minute, yeah. And had I finished that last 5%, that probably would have taken me the additional 7 seconds that I had available. So there's a difference in taste. Same thing with these beers. I am not crazy about canned Modelos unless it's a tall can. It tastes different, which is funny too, which people will be like, that's stupid, it's the same thing. But it's not. It's the same thing like with a can of Pepsi versus a tall can of Pepsi. Or Coke or whatever, you know what I mean? It tastes different. I don't know what it is.
More product, maybe?
Or more metal in the can. I don't know.
So I learned that the inner portion of the cans actually have like a plastic liner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great, considering I'm sure that's probably the metal taste was probably a cause of death for many years prior.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I would. It's just weird to me. Maybe that's what it is then. Maybe there's more plastic ratio or something like that. But the tall cans Modelo I like, but other than that, it's strictly got to be bottled. I don't like I know the 18-pack of Modelo is a fucking killer deal. I just can't do it. I'd rather get the 18-pack of bottles and spend...
Well, it's more because of the glass. And if you actually recycled and turned it in and cashed out...
Well, and that's the thing, is we do recycle and we cash in and, and we don't take in the glass because the glass is not fucking worth the time. I used to do it. I used to do it all the time. That's the problem.
I think it's 5 cents?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to do, when I had my own place, well, it wasn't my own place, I always had roommates, but when I had my first place... I had specifically went out and bought 3 different garbage cans specifically for recycling. That. Yeah, I was like, because we were young, we would fucking party, so we'd always have bottles, cans, yeah. And then we'd have cases of water and fucking rock stars, and, those were by the case also, of course. So it's just like, we got to turn this shit back around. We got to get money somehow, some way. So I would take it, usually like once a month or something. That was when it was worth it. Now it's just like we drink a lot of bottles, but is it worth it to fucking do all that lifting and take it all down? And it's just so much fucking work.
Yeah.
So, but ultimately somebody's gonna get it. There's actually this chick that comes through the neighborhood and she fucking goes through everybody's garbage.
Really?
Yeah. So ultimately, I look at it as like a win-win. I'm just like, well, I'm not gonna take it in, but she will. So.
Well, the city takes it and they get cashed out for it.
Oh, fuck that. I'm going to start doing it now then.
Yeah, so not only do you pay for the bin,
yeah,
but they collect on that.
Yeah.
So.
No, fuck that. Yeah. All right, so just a heads up for everybody at the house. I know you're not going to hear this episode probably for like a month, but I'm going to start fucking recycling the bottles. It'll be released
tomorrow, but you won't hear it for a month.
Yeah, I'm going to start saving the bottle. Yeah, they're way behind. Yeah. Like they stopped listening after like probably 3 or 4 episodes because they just don't have time. They're parents.
Of course.
And plus they're listening to podcast murder. And
because that's what a podcast is.
Yeah, because that's what podcasts are.
All right, thank you, Lando.
People don't want to listen to podcasts that aren't murder.
No.
So.
There's no reason to.
Although we be slaying it.
Right.
I'm sorry, everybody, for that terrible joke.
All right. Well, we're set for today. Unless you have anything else you need to touch on.
No, I think that's about it.
You rambled on enough.
I did a lot today, yeah. Yeah, we went heavy on the Coke. So
As she comes down, we'll end it here, and if she doesn't end up overdosing, we'll hear from her
we'll
next
see
week.
you guys next week.
Right. Bye.
Bye.